I'm Lindsay Littman. Here are your headlines from Central Texas. The Bell County Sheriff's Department has launched a criminal investigation into the origins of Monday's wildfire. The fire burned nearly 200 acres in Salado, with multiple agencies responding. Officials say there were 16 homes or structures that were threatened, and they were all saved. As Sydney Walker explains, one homeowner right down the street is breathing easier after a night of worrying for his home's safety.
Grateful, incredibly grateful and feeling lucky.
The Gooseberry fire in Bell County.
So we're now calling it the Gooseberry fire. It's a combination of gooseneck and hackberry.
Burned almost 200 acres.
They've resurveyed and we're at 193 acres.
Now they're at 100% containment. Crews are still at the scene just to stay safe. But Monday afternoon,
we got out there and basically probably spent the next hour trying to make sure nothing else was going to catch on fire.
The fire threatened several homes.
There were 16 homes or structures that were threatened and saved,
including James Cooper's.
He got up, got a phone call from a neighbor, and got to work into what he could do for the time being.
Cooper was at work around 4 p.m. when he got a call.
I was just told my dad wasn't answering the phone. Basically that the fire had reached the back side of the house.
When he got home, his dad was acting fast.
Got the dogs out, drove them down the road, and then ran back and just continued.
But neighbors also stepped in.
We thankfully also had some good Samaritans that came by and helped us out a lot and stayed back to move some water right around the fence line.
He said a water hose and trash can-sized buckets served as a barrier between them and the blaze.
Any of these people could have lost their houses yesterday, and that's what that's all about.
The sheriff's office has identified a possible source of the fire, a burn pile during an active burn ban in Bell County.
The burn ban is put in, it's not to to make it uncomfortable for people. There's a reason, right?
And action will be taken.
The sheriff's office has started a criminal investigation into that.
Cooper said he can't thank the good Samaritans that helped him and his father enough, plus all the fire departments. He said his main goal was just to be able to come back home. Meantime, a Central Texas man has been formally charged in the crash that killed 3 members of the McCafferty family. A Milam County grand jury indicted 26-year-old Jordan Johnson of Waco for 3 counts of manslaughter. Johnson was arrested in late August for the crash and was released the same day on a $180,000 bond. In March, according to the affidavit, Johnson was driving an 18-wheeler through a construction zone and ignored signs to slow down. He then hit 2 cars, one of them carrying the McCaffertys. 43-year-old Clint, 39-year-old Megan, and their son, 16-year-old Connor, died in the crash. The Rogers community has rallied around their daughter, Kelsey, the lone survivor of the family, as she was not there at the time of the crash. A fundraiser for Kelsey reached over $180,000, and the Rogers baseball team dedicated a game to Connor, who was a part of their team. The mother of Mejia native Angelina Resendez, the Navy sailor who was murdered earlier this year, is now running for political office. Esmeralda Cantu Castle is seeking the seat for Texas House District 37, covering Harlingen. Cantu Castle's decision to run for office comes after her daughter's death became a national call for action. She's advocating for reform and transparency within the U.S. Navy. This is Cantu Castle's first time running for public office.
There are solutions here. There are things that just the people can do to start to help themselves, to help each other. It just puts me in a place of service, and that's really what I'm feeling like. I want to be of service.
Cantu Castle has been a law student for 3 years and says this will honor her daughter's life. And those are your headlines from Central Texas.